What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm here to talk to you about one from Scream Factory, and it is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. So this movie follows this guy named Leslie. He's a nice guy, but he's about to kill a whole bunch of people. He's a person out of the vein of like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, and in this world, all those characters are real, and these kind of like maniacal killers pop up fairly frequently, to the point that there's a documentary crew following Leslie as he prepares for this, slaughter of all these local teens. He's not the actual boogeyman of this town, but he's stepping into the shoes of it to make that legend real. So the documentary crew follows him as he goes through preparation. He's kind of also giving them an idea of what goes through his mind, how he sets things up, why he's motivated to do it. And then they just, follow him as he prepares and then into the actual event itself. I'm not a huge fan of like meta horror movies, but I think Behind the Mask is a really fun movie. It just nails the concept. I can't imagine this movie being able to be much better than it is. It's funny. It's kind of light on horror, so I think some people might be disappointed there. The movie shifts between the documentary crew sections and then like more of a cinematic style. Like Leslie will talk about what he's going to do, and we see the documentary crew watching him as he prepares, and then it will kind of cut to this cinematic view that shows us, what he's going to do, and then toward the end, the finale also takes place within that kind of cinematic style. So it's a little bit jarring at first, but you get used to it pretty quickly. It's got a ton of references that horror movie fans will love. It's just interesting to get the perspective of the killer like this, and it's also just kind of so absurd that the documentary crew would be following him. That adds a lot of fun as well. I think the performances are really good across the board. I do wish it was a little bit scarier and had a little bit more gore. Most of the bloodshed happens off screen, unfortunately, and there's only one little bit of sleaze, but it is epic. It is a gratuitous shot of bare breast that is absolutely majestic, and even though, there's not a lot of quality more than makes up for it in this case. I just think this is a really fun movie. I like the dialogue, I love the premise, and it's one of those movies where you have a really interesting premise and the movie actually delivers and, cashes in on the potential of that premise, which is pretty rare. But if you're here just strictly looking for scares or a slasher movie, you're probably going to be let down. But if the idea of a documentary crew following a Michael Myers type guy is interesting to you, this movie is just super fun from that perspective. And again, it does have some scares, just, not a lot. The Blu-ray is from Scream Factory. It's got a new HD master from the Digital Intermediate. It looks good. I don't have any complaints with it. The last time I saw it was on a DVD from, I think, Anchor Bay, and it looked fine, but this is a massive improvement. It looks really clean and clear. Detail is great. Colors are great. It's got a lot of darker scenes, and those come across really well here, too. So this is a really nice-looking transfer. It's got 2 audio commentary tracks. One is with the director, and then 2 other horror filmmakers that run a podcast, kind of moderate it. Then the second track is with a bunch of cast members. And then the other extras are a bunch of new interviews, a couple of featurettes, deleted and extended scenes in the trailer. So it's a pretty decent disc. Definitely lives up to the collector's edition title. And so I think if you're a fan of the movie, this is obviously going to be the definitive version that you're going to want to pick up. And if you're a horror movie fan in general, I think you'll get some good times out of this movie. But especially if you like kind of meta or offbeat, subverting of expectations type horror movies, I think Behind the Mask is one you'll definitely want to check out. So that's my review of Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Definitely recommended. The movie's great. The disc is great. Everything's great. I'm great. You're great. Everything is great. So if you want to read my full write-up of Behind the Mask, you can go to markfusion.com and check that out, as well as tons and tons of other horror movies are reviewed there as well. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch if you want to follow me any of those places. I'm also on Letterboxd, where I diary everything that I'm watching, so you can get an idea of what might be coming here soon. All of those accounts are under Marc Fusion. The best thing you can do to help me out, though, like I always say, is just hit that sub button. It's a free, easy, direct way to support me. Help me to keep making these videos, keep watching these movies, and talking to you guys about them, which is a great time for me. And also just watching the videos also. I feel stupid saying it, but it's absolutely true. There are hundreds and hundreds of movie reviews in the playlist here. Tons of them are horror movies, tons of them are Scream Factory releases. So if something catches your eye, please do check it out. That's a huge help to me. Thank you so much for watching this review of Behind the Mask, though. I do greatly appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.